A portrait of the artist as a young man, summary of the novel. Before we step into the story, let's meet the mind behind it. James Joyce, born in Dublin in 1882, was one of the most revolutionary writers of the 20th century. He transformed the way novels could be written, using stream of consciousness, vivid symbolism, and deeply personal themes. Joyce's works, from Dubliners to Ulysses to Finnegan's Wake, shaped modern literature and challenged readers to see the world differently. Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man was his first novel, a semi-autobiographical journey that mirrors his own youth, struggles, and artistic awakening. It's not just the story of Stephen Dedalus, it's the story of how an artist is born. Imagine a boy growing up in late 19th century Ireland, a place alive with music, religion, politics, and the heavy weight of tradition. Now imagine that boy slowly realizing that the world around him is not enough, that his mind, his heart, and his art demand something greater. This is Stephen Dedalus, and A Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man is the story of how he becomes himself. The novel begins in a dreamlike haze of childhood. Joyce uses a flowing, fragmented style to mimic the way children think. Half nursery rhyme, half sensation. Stephen recalls soft voices, the smell of varnish, the sound of music, the warmth of his mother, and the distant authority of his father. Life is simple, until it isn't. School days, discipline and awakening. Stephen is sent to a strict Jesuit boarding school, Clongowes Wood College. Here, he learns about rules, order, and the frightening power of authority. A cruel incident, where a priest wrongly punishes him, sparks something inside Stephen. A sense that the world can be unjust, that authority isn't always right. Already, he is learning to question. Family struggles, the cracks appear. The Dedalus family's fortunes decline. They move from comfort into financial strain. Stephen changes schools, attends Belvedere College, and sees how social class, politics, and religion shape people's lives. At home, he witnesses arguments, disappointments, and the slow erosion of dreams. The warmth of childhood is slipping away. Adolescence, temptation, and guilt. As Stephen grows, he becomes consumed by new desires. In the smoky streets of Dublin, he seeks out pleasure, and for the first time tastes the thrill and the shame of sin. His guilt drives him into a deep religious devotion. For a while, he throws himself into Catholic rituals, praying, fasting, imagining himself becoming a priest. The turning point, the call to freedom. But Stephen begins to see that this life of strict devotion would trap him. He starts to think about art, beauty, and the world beyond Ireland. A powerful moment changes everything. Walking along the beach, he sees a young girl standing in the tide, her hair and dress glowing in the sunlight. To him, she is not temptation. She is inspiration. This vision becomes a symbol of what he wants his life to be. Free, beautiful, and creative. Becoming the artist, breaking away. Stephen decides he cannot live for anyone else, not his family, not the church, not his country's politics. He chooses instead to live for art. His conversations with friends reveal his philosophy. The artist must be like a craftsman, shaping beauty out of life, standing apart from the crowd. In his diary, he declares his independence, ready to forge in the smithy of my soul the uncreated conscience of my race. Conclusion: flight into the unknown. The novel ends with Stephen leaving Ireland, ready to embrace the uncertainty of the wider world. He is determined to create, to think freely, and to live by his own vision. We are left not with the story's ending, but with its beginning. The first flight of the artist into life. Stephen Dedalus is James Joyce's younger self, but he is also the dreamer in all of us, longing to break free from the cages of expectation and to live a life shaped by our own imagination.